to stimulate local artistic productions. Number 3, facilitate, enforce, and enhance the collection and management system for copyrights and royalties in Ghana. They will also partner with stakeholders in Ghana's film industry to position it among the top 3 producers in Africa. Number 5, partner with stakeholders in the Ghana music and dance industry to develop and market their craft. 6, promote a culture of reading by partnering with tech startups to develop digital platforms that create content from Ghanaian publishers and writers to generate revenue for local authors. 7, promote writing as commercially viable art form in collaboration with the Ghana Association of Writers and other stakeholders. 8, support young digital content creators to develop content that promotes Ghanaian culture. Number 9, partner with the private digital to build an ultra-modern recreation village with auditorium for films, musical concerts, and other stage performances. 10, partner with digital platform developers to promote Ghanaian culture centers, heritage products, and events. 11, commence plans to establish a film village with equipment to be hired at low rates for filmmakers. The Asembeba pay. Asembeba. Now, number 12. They will rehabilitate the National Theatre in Accra and commence plans to build a second National Theatre in Kumasi. Number 12. I want to start with number 12. May Jambi all the way from 1 to number 12. Rehabilitate the National Theatre in Accra. You know why? Like you don't believe it. Oh. Okay, continue. Since you brought yourself.
No, I mean, I think that this auditorium and theatre building in other regions has been something on the deck of.
Charlie, but hold on, Adam, please. Mr. Angela, please, I need you for a minute.
Child.
No, I beg. Please, for a minute, show me your. Please, I need your presence. It looks like
Apache.
No. It looks like
it was a mistake.
No. It looks like we have been taken for granted for so long. Adam has taken us for a ride. Please, can you seize his phone each time he's entering the studio? I need your permission as a producer who is really firm with his work. Adam, can you please give us that respect? And our dear listeners, please, we need that assurance. Your mic is on.
You're not being fair to me.
I'm not being fair to you. Then you are not being fair to all of us. Each time you enter, your phone must either ring or I must hear myself.
Somebody's phone. I mean, it was just out of mistake. It happened.
On behalf of.
But it happens all the time. Are you defending it?
The whole of January.
He said it won't happen again. On behalf of.
Adam, are you defending it?
Sorry.
On behalf of Adam. On behalf of Adam, we apologize.
No, Adam says what? No, I want to hear what he says.
Sorry.
It will not happen again.
The whole
Andy, that is.
You've never.
That's sorry, Andy.
Only today. If it will happen again, maybe next week.
Even the producer I trusted to come and take action couldn't take action. Either you share your salary with him, or you know something we don't.
Everything is in the settings. You fell for it.
Opacho. Se be sense CBM could be next week.
Nino, please.
Or tomorrow.
Just promise us it won't happen again. Please use your mic. Use your mic.
It's not intentional.
Yeah.
You know some of these things. You are just. Because we are talking about.
I feel like you always want to send a signal to your dear friends out there that you see I have arrived.
We are talking about manifesto, and I'm opening.
Trying to manifest.
I mean, we have to give our listeners the best of analysis we are doing. So I'm opening my phone. I'm on the manifesto,
and my voice appears.
Andy, yeah.
All right, Nino, please continue.
Yeah, sorry.
So like I'll say that
You will only do it next week, Abi. Just so you.
As I was saying that this auditorium discussion has been a promise, not for only NDC, but NPP. Promise that I think in 2016, in 2020, and I mean, other NDC has taken it, and are promising us an auditorium in Kumasi. That's why when you mentioned that, I loved. National Theatre has been a great discussion for the sector. Kwame Dazi has written a lot of articles on the cooling system, the AC. I think last 2 days or so we spoke about it. The AC is blocking the exit doors and everything, and trying to fix the cooling system. So I think it's a great idea. If they are tackling the issue well, they should fix the cooling system. They shouldn't go and bring that temporary AC thing to solve any issue. And also, number two, I think the National Theatre is over 2 decades. We are using it to, solve a need then.
National Theatre is there for what? Almost 30?
Yeah, over 3 decades. Yeah. Over 3 decades. Yeah. But now, how many events do the National Theatre? Like, 1,200 auditorium. Yeah, the 1,200 auditorium. How many events do it in Accra?
Sure. Even VGME, how many episodes were held at the
VGME? I think 5, 6,
10 or something
at the National Theatre.
Yes.
No, was it 10?
When it started?
Confirm.
When it started?
No, but on top of my head.
Okay.
So because I remember those times VGME National Theatre was the go-to for. Then it was not VGME. It was MTN.
No, it was GME.
No, it was GME.
It was Ghana Music.
It was Ghana Music. It was
sponsored by MTN.
Then he became Vodafone. Hey, please continue.
Yeah, so I'm saying, first of all, the auditorium is now smaller than our needs. And I recently, during the campaign time, I saw some videos of something happening at Trade Fair.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be continued or something.
Yeah, it's a
because
project.
it looks like that's going to be a big auditorium that will
20,000 capacity.
Yeah, that's going to cater for the needs of the industry. But this Kumasi promise has been on for so long that I'm praying that this time I don't say they'll build. They say commence plans. Very tactical about it because he knows it's a 4-year thing. So commence plans because even the amphitheater.
I've been waiting. I thought they'll mention that completion of the amphitheaters.
That's what they should do, actually.
Yeah, that's probably. But maybe they're also thinking that the amphitheater would have been done before they come in. Like we promised.
Exactly.
Maybe.
Because
by the information they had.
It was promised.
Finish before.
Yes, they'll finish the amphitheater before they leave. And the minister to that so be and sana. But she say, I just say, the commencement. So, Andy, number 12 today, we are here, we will monitor.
Rob, number 12.
So I do like
what else?
Another documentary number 12.
I got 13 and I can item 13.
Let's
stay at 12.
We've had too many conversations about it, and they just summarize everything you said. So maybe just move on, Charlie. There are quite a number of things on there.
Maybe there are certain things.
I have something to say
on
about
the 12,
it.
of course, 12.
And something else.
Okay, please go ahead.
So, just as you said, I believe that the Kumasi one, they should channel their energies into the amphitheater. When John Mahama President John Mahama met the creatives first time at the AH Hotel in East Legon, I was there. And he was very specific on the Kumasi Theater. He said they would commence the establishment of the theater.
Was this when he was in when he was president?
No, recently, just last year.
Right.
Sometime, I think in June or so. He said, provided there is money. He was emphatic on that.
He wants to commence.
Commence. Good. This, there is a Jabrim in Kumasi.
Right.
For a long time, from the NDC era to the MPP era, they've promised to renovate that particular edifice. Up till now, it's not been done. Now there is an amphitheater also somewhere closer to the Jabrim. So I'm not sure it will be prudent for them to say they are starting all over again the construction of another theater. They should just maybe focus on the amphitheater for us for now. And there is one point I want to also make with regards to their promises, and it's about writing. You mentioned it during your presentation. I think writing is the soul of most creative activities. especially, we talk about the fact that we need writers for film industry. Most times they will tell you the storyline and the script is the foundation of the film. And so if we are thinking about maybe developing the writing prowess of children, they grow with it, then it means that if these children are growing, some of them might do other things, maybe venture into different professions. But if those of these children who get into the creative industry, if they want to get into it and they have the writing abilities, composing music, for example, comes with the whole writing thing. And I believe that if we are also very, very concerned about this industry, then we should not lose sight of the writing aspect. It's been music, film most times. Now we are trying to bring into the fold dance, comedy, theater, and all the other subfields. But one field that has not been given the attention is the literary art side. And I believe that if we are going to give it much attention, we're going to develop and grow people who are very sharp when it comes to writing, very creative. So we build the various industries that require some great writing skills. Yeah.
Adam, do you want to stay with 12 or shall we move on?
Oh, we can move on. I mean, they've touched on most of them. A little on that, I think that it's become more of a political talk when, I mean, the issue of Kumasi pops up regards the construction of an auditorium, because, I mean, people know it's a crucial need of the people in the region, and if you throw it out, they are going to grab it and follow you because it's a crucial need. But I just want to believe that this is not going to be a usual talk shop, especially for the fact that the NDC, proud to the dying members of their campaign, organized a crucial meeting with the creative arts in Kumasi, where the president himself was there and met the creative players in the region. I mean, it shows that they take them for very serious, and they know that, I mean, if you look at this political trend regards to how the elections went, it tells you that the Ghanaians will punish you if you take them for granted. So they should not make it the normal political shop. I mean, they have cowed it strategically that we will commence plans building. We want to see real plans. We don't want to see, because, I mean, we've seen ministers go to sign MOU. I mean, the former Minister of Tourism and Kufuor, about two of them, they've gone there. We've seen Katrina Feku go there with some investors. We've seen Madame Barbara Otinjesi also go there with some Chinese to sign an MOU. What happened to all of these? It is why we want them to show working this time around and not be a political talk. And, I mean, as you were reading the promises, I was asking myself, hey, is it for 4 years or 8 years? Because, Charlie, that thing be chow.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah.
Like, this too much. If you are not careful, it may be done haphazardly, and that is not what the industry needs, because you don't need to be strategic. Look at what is very crucial. Tackle it. We don't want a situation where you now come and tell us stories, because don't forget that there are some things which started in the past which have been left.
Yeah.
Like the Marine Drive
project.
Even though it has been moved from the ministry during
Afeku's
time, this administration may revalue the project and say, okay, we are moving it this way.
Okay.
And don't forget that even the National Cathedral has been moved to, I mean, before the MPP left, it was moved to the Ministry of Tourism budget line. The budget line had the National Cathedral. So there's so much of crucial things there. And now, I mean, this is going on at the trade fair, which I know is under Ministry of Trade, but there's that tourism connection. All of these things are capital intensive. So if you are not careful, if you want to continue projects, a lot of money will go into some of these projects, and you will not be left with enough to be able to carry on the other things. So politicians should be very measured. But where do you want on Makoka? So that we see today there.
Okay.
So we go remind them.
Thank you very much. Now let me move from number 12 to number 11. This number 11, Anaz's documentary was, you are straining to see what is there.
Look, number 9, number 11, number 12.
Number 9 is one word in home.
Number 9, number 11, that's a bit boom.
Oh, but you see, number 9, they're saying they will partner with the private sector to build an ultra-modern ultra-modern recreational village with auditoriums for films, musical concerts, and other stage performances.
Okay. The number 11.
Ultra-modern. And 11. Now listen to 11. We will commence plans to establish a film village with equipment to be hired at low rates for filmmakers.
The lower rates?
Low rates for filmmakers. Someone is going to shoot a music video. It's also a film.
Yeah.
The person comes, low rates, and is looking at Adiano at about 5,000. Meanwhile, the lowest may be 15. Then no, hey, party no one can create. Then no, hey, obi buy no nyane 10,000. I don't them buy mama me 15. There will be all of these.
Yeah, Andy.
Yeah.
The thing is, for every.
Or am I not making sense?
You're making sense.
You're making sense. You're highlighting what's there, so that's fine. And for every government, you're either operating with the centrally planned economy, or you're allowing the capitalism to have its own way. And when you say capitalism, you are looking at a free market. And when you say free market, essentially your focus is for demand and supply to determine its own rates in terms of how things should go. But if the development of a country or an economy is not going the way you want, the government will have to step in and do certain projects, including stuff like this, just to ensure that you engineer the businesses to be able to function. And when you do that, you regulate the pricing so that you make it easier and affordable for the people within the space. Because if you don't do that, for example, we are supposed to meet a particular target in terms of quality, you might not be able to get there because you are waiting for private sector to come up with their own funds, get the things you are looking for, and be able to rent it out for people to be able to use to achieve what you want. If you don't get investments coming, then it's a problem. So the government will have to step in and invest in these areas and make it affordable with the aim of cushioning and engineering economic activity so that it gets to the point where the private sector can own it and run with it, then eventually it happens. So if for any reason they are saying that there's a gap in what we are doing, then it is necessary for things like this to happen. However, I think what is important is how we are able to manage the space all the way through so that execution does not fail, so to say. So for me, I think it's in the right space, and they need to keep doing more of that. And that's the reason why the concept of the Black Star experience in itself is fine, because they are engineering or planning a set of activities that can induce economic activity, and therefore by so doing we should be able to address some of the challenges we have within the creative economic space.
Kwame,
They should focus on the Marine Drive project, because a lot of these promises they can't fulfill.
Sorry, let me just quickly say something. I was analyzing what they had written, and I realized that it was mainly under 3 specific areas. And the 3 specific areas is what have been captured in the ministry. So we have Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture. Yeah. So under tourism, they have specifics. Sure. Under arts, they have specifics. Under culture, they have specifics. And so the highlights may not necessarily give you the balance if you are reading the highlights, because it's everything put together. But if you check the extensive one, they have specific pointers under culture, specific pointers under arts, and specific pointers under tourism. So while I get the fact that they should focus on specific areas, because that's what we're asking for, question is, these agencies that are responsible for, let's say, tourism, what would they be doing throughout the 4 years? they have a mandate, so they have to do it. We shouldn't say, oh, let them focus on 2 or 3. No, because why are you there? Why are you going to work every day? You have a mission, you have a mandate.
No, but Robert,
So-
they have a BAU.
In this case, then they need many
They have
people.
a
They need
business
more
as
hands.
usual.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is that they have different agencies responsible for different things. The Creative Arts Agency must be responsible for something. If these are the things they're supposed to be doing over the 4-year period, that's what's on your table. Then we have the Tourism Agency. In fact, they have GT, the development, and then they have the GTA. They also need to have their mandate. Then we have the folks from the culture aspect. I think everybody needs to have something on their plate that they are working towards consistently.
Yeah.
So if we are looking at these points, we shouldn't make it feel like, oh, it's too much. No, if that is the work they have to do at this particular
It sounds
point, they
good.
should-
It sounds
Yeah.
beautiful. It sounds juicy. But practically, are we sure implementation?
I get you. Maybe we should also revise our way of reviewing what people are doing by calling the Creative Arts Agency and saying, what plans do you have for us this year? And then they will tell you 2 things. And then you ask, so you mean you are going to work for how many years doing just 2 things? You start questioning. So let's begin to review what they are doing from the agency perspective, not just from the ministry.
You are
Because
right.
Okay.
No,
You
but,
are
but,
right.
but Robert,
but-
you are right. But for
Okay,
instance, every company.
Sorry.
Okay.
I think with what Robert said,
Yeah.
let me jump from. I'll still allow you to come in.
okay.
Let me connect it with what you said, that we have to ask them what they are doing for us. Number 16 says, hold an annual stakeholder dialogue with arts, culture, and the creative industry.
And they hear me rough. I've been saying it.
And so
We
in
even
this
need to do
case,
it
once the
quarterly, sir.
dialogue is there, then you can
you
table
can-
Yes.
or you
Yes.
can ask questions.
Let's
as well.
hear it first of all, what you want to do for the year. At the end of the year, let's hear you say that, okay, so this is what we've done, this is how it went, and these are the things we are going to cross over or continue doing.
Charlie, let's
because we
finish it
couldn't
quickly
finish.
because number 17 is very important. And I'm sure a lot of
Let's go
interest-
to 17.
Oh, why won't you allow?
No, you go to 17.
So we should go. Adam, let's move to 17 as everyone is saying.
Okay. Black
I think mine will come
We'll
in.
tie into it. Okay.
Okay. Number 17 says provide special rates for performances at the Black Star Square, Accra International Conference Center, and other state-owned venues by artists.
I wish they can start with me, Charlie, because this 1st of February.
You are having your dance festival and awards.
Let's start last
Special rates.
Shoot.
No. So again, like I was saying, interventions.
Special rates.
Yes.
My question, forgive me. Are they going to have a special meeting with the GRA? Because it's very, very important. If you have special rates, better still, they will come because taxes must be paid.
Yeah, but I think that on Kwame Dazi's show, this conversation has come up before where we had the lady, I've forgotten her name.
yeah.
But she said that we
Which is the
need-
lady from the GRA.
Yes,
from the
and she
GRA.
mentioned that come, let's have a conversation. I think that sometimes the challenge is the fact the challenge they have is that we sit on air and talk about the issues, but we never engage them.
Right.
You understand? So they make a decision based on what they know. And we sit somewhere and we complain, and we never really interface with them and say, okay, so these are key stakeholders within our space. This
These
is
are
our
their
problem.
concerns.
These are their concerns. How do we address it? Because we keep talking and we are happy we've talked about it, and we expect that somehow, some way, the guys will just get up on their own and solve it. No. Let's add an extra movement to what we are doing. Like one step, let's take it a step a notch higher. Because we have their numbers. It's not like we don't have their numbers. So let's have that conversation.
Yeah, but
That's it.
Robert, the question for number 17 is special rates for these venues.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But the issue is that what do we really need? Do we
Okay.
need special rates to rent
It's
these
part of it,
venues?
yeah, it's part of it.
Or we need
or
you need the tax elements to come down.
all.
You need both.
Yeah.
So we need to. So then we need to be very clear that okay. First of all, maybe
Special rate goes
hold
to
on,
the
hold on,
venue.
hold on. I'm coming. So hold on. Maybe for AICC takes, let's say, 30,000.
Yes.
We need special rates, maybe 20,000. In addition to that, when the GRA is coming, we don't want the 21 point whatever. We need it at 3%.
Yes.
So these are some of the discussions that we should be having at that stakeholder engagement.
Yes.
With the minister.
Yes.
Because the minister, they sit at the cabinet meetings
Good.
to decide on the budget for the year. So it's only at the budget of the year when the finance minister is reading the budget, who is going to do it in March.
Right.
It's only at that budget that he can say that, okay, now all entertainment shows or whatever, now tax is 3%. Then Parliament approves. Before GRA will say, okay, let's do 3%. If not that, then I mean, we'll just be talking and talking
Going
like you're saying.
round.
Yes. So that's right now we don't have a minister. So we are praying that maybe the 14 days, which will end the 21st or something, they'll give us a minister. You go through the vetting even before the first budget of the government in power goes to Parliament, so that we can have that quick tax stakeholder engagement, negotiation, whatever.
Necessary.
So that it will be in the budget. Yes, I will lose it for 2025.
Yeah. But
you have to start discussing for 2026.
Just so we are clear, you was almost sounding like we're asking for too much. No, when it comes to
No,
the
I'm
special,
just saying that.
rates,
No, I'm just saying that
for the venue.
you should know
and
what
the
you
tax system is.
No,
for,
it's true.
No,
But
and
you should know that this is
venue.
all
You see the venue, you pay for it. The gate, the tax one.
but
they come for it.
I beg you. No. Well, what I saying? Even with the venue, when you pay, you still pay taxes.
I
at the
understand.
venue.
So what I'm saying is
Yeah.
that it should come down, innit? And then you go to the other side.
No, but if you give you a special rate, what that tax
No,
will
you see,
come.
when you go to the gate, you go with hope. When you go to paying your venue, you have to. There's nothing like hope. You pay instantly. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So
My only worry is if taxes are slashed, it won't affect the revelers' cash they have to pay at the gates, because you have to increase it in this case to make even. Or so, for instance, if you're paying 50 cedis now, you have to charge like 80 or 100, so that they will also make some money. That it won't affect you, but we'll all be okay. GRA is taking kakra. Also, you are taking kakra. They are rather paying more.
No, I think that for the GRA bit, what we are saying is that you're already paying a lot of taxes, and maybe they shouldn't consider an event as a sale, they shouldn't
A point of sale.
No, they shouldn't review taxes on events from the perspective of sales, but rather it should be from the perspective of company of some sorts. If a company works, at the end of the day, like how you pay tax is different
If you
from...
say of some sort, it means you are not very sure.
Exactly. So, but that's why we did the
Till we meet
deliberation.
them.
So that's what I'm
No,
saying.
Andy raised a very important point right now, as in how much is it going to have a ripple effect on how much the patron pays to
That's
enter?
exactly what I'm asking.
Because most times people or event organizers will price their tickets, with regards to the venue, how much they pay for the venue and other costs. All right. So now that maybe you are having special rate for using the conference center or the
So you get to make more
Square.
profit. And then the profit allows you to reinvest into the project.
No,
That's
what I'm
right.
asking,
That's
yeah,
right.
exactly. Are you going to, for example, if you are charging a show for 100 Ghana cedis today, and then tomorrow, because of this special rate you are being charged less, are you going to take the same 100 Ghana cedis?
If it's market rate, then of course it is market. No, there are dynamics about.
I'm trying to analyze.
In certain cases you can drop it. In certain cases you can maintain.
I'm
but
trying
there are
to.
market rates.
I'm trying to analyze how the ordinary patron is also going to benefit from this special rate.
Yeah. So, for example, if you're charging a particular rate and the place is oversubscribed, then what it means is that that pricing works, right?
Yes.
So you don't have to drop it because already at the existing rate, the number of people you are getting is like, the subscription is higher.
Yeah.
You understand? So that's fine. But what it means immediately to you is that you are going to get enough profit, and that particular profit means that you can get to pay your people even more. Because
No,
right now
that's-
there are quite a number
that's
of
a good
folks who
thing.
help and aid in programs and projects that we don't pay.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, like if friends doing things
Yeah.
for friends and support and stuff like that. You can now get to say, oh, Charlie, now that these things have been dropped, you guys, you can earn more.
Exactly.
That kind of stuff. And that helps. And it speaks directly to decent working and earnings, which is one of the SDGs that we are supposed to be promoting or we have ratified. So at the end of the day,
it's a good promise. It's a good promise.
But there's a bit about tax. And
The tax
number
breaks.
14.
Yes.
Introduce
So,
tax breaks.
Tax breaks for creative houses who have tax. Okay.
Then it
Wow,
means
tax
say you
breaks.
to empower.
Oh,
I promise you never been with
because you have to.
mind you, guys.
I'm
before
very cautious.
Before Adam comes in,
Special
Mind
rate and
you.
tax breaks.
this is given to you by politicians.
Yes.
Please come in.
Andy, I'm not too enthused about all of these things until I see them done. Because when you followed Dr. Keshe Latofos's vetting, who's the Ministry of Finance designate, he was talking about paying attention to the macroeconomy, because there are a lot of challenges with the macroeconomy, and he wants to focus on some of the rare sectors. And he made us understand that as a finance minister, he was going to set up an office to deal with value for money, and also not always concentrate on revenue, but expenditure. How government expenditures, how government expends some of the monies they get. So it seems it's a certain finance minister who is going to ensure a lot of discipline in the system and ensure that we do not have our way too much that the macroeconomy will be affected. So if it happens, you have a minister like that who is facing a serious challenge on his hand, the whole economy, then if you are not careful, you may not have a lot of freebies. So let's hope that, all of these things they have said will be honored in the promise. But if they fail to go by what they've stated in the manifesto, because if you've been in government before, so if you are promising, you know what you are promising. You don't come and later make it look like, hey Charlie, hey, now you need more. No, we have to go past that stage. So we want them to stick to these promises, because what will happen is that, if there is some level of support in a certain sector, it means there is more job to be created. A lot of people get job to do. All of these people are paying tax. The government will get something from them, and the issue of unemployment rate and other things will reduce. So that is why governments always try to support certain sectors to be able to create a lot of jobs. So they should look at it as a way of holding the sector for the sector to be vibrant, so that at the end of the day, the government can benefit through job creation and also through taxes and help develop the country.
Okay, so I like what you said, except that at the beginning it felt almost like you were asking us not to believe that it was going to be done. Like we should hope, and then later you are saying that we should hold them. I like the second part.
I need to look at all the sides.
There's nothing. There's no other side. The people have promised. We are going to work with the promises. That's it.
But I think we should also pay attention to the low-hanging fruit first.
Which the tree of life?
What I mean is, let's be realistic. Some of the promises a mere political talk.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them.
And at
the end it does. When you read the manifesto, 4 years, so they don't even have 4 years. They have like 3 years. Because after this vetting, to be vetting, about 4 hours by the time we're done, we are in June. We start working. The fourth year from June that time going,
you're supposed to be working. Meanwhile,
working. In as much as we're going to hold them to their promises, some of them, I think.
Charlie, let me raise something. Something just came to mind. So, from the political perspective,
yes, sir,
you're supposed to be campaigning during a particular time. Let's say the end of your 4th year, right? The agencies, what are they supposed to be doing?
They'll be working.
Good. I think we need to reorient ourselves, and stop thinking that it is okay for certain people who are not necessarily political to go to bed in the 4th year when they are still receiving salary.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
They're still receiving salary now.
Exactly. So if that's what I'm saying, maybe the entire media landscape and how do we play the role of the 4th estate, we need to wake up and be very, very knowledgeable about what they are supposed to do and hold them accountable. You're not asking for anything out of the ordinary. You're just saying that what you promised to do. And then we are just blowing the whistle and we are just discussing it and we are just shepherding the situation until it comes to fruition. That's it.
No, I agree. That we would do. But a promise like the channel on TV for events.
Channel on TV.
To me, it is not necessary. That promise, there is no way we are going to hold anybody for not doing that promise.
So you.
But it is not
because you believe it is not necessary.
It is not necessary.
Necessary.
It is not necessary. That is why I said let's target the low hanging fruit.
Robert is organizing his events, and he has to make.
Where was the last time you?
Cat squads.
So when we have the stakeholder engagement with them, annually,
yesterday.
yearly.
Arsenal.
We should ask the right question. We should.
It shouldn't be yearly. I think it should be 2
Oh,
times.
no,
a
Is that
year.
every year?
Yeah, but every year we for have
Okay,
one
annual.
special one because it's
Yeah, no what?
Charlie. We can't wait for a year to discover that you didn't know what you wanted to do.
Maybe
No, like, let us know.
Maybe showbiz or
But there is something I like. There's something I like with the new government. I so much think that because they've been in opposition for 8 years, they are quite prepared or well planned.
Yeah.
For that, knowing that the president, whom they prepared for war, and have won, have won, has just one term, or he has just a term,
Yes.
and so there's no beating around the bush.
It's a legacy term.
But it's a legacy term. You have to do well to keep a legacy. You will just come
that's what I'm
and
saying. So
be,
it's
and
actually
be messing around.
Yeah, they're supporting you. I mean,
So I'm very sure
isn't it?
that all of these promises are well thought through. Maybe. Me, I'm just hoping.
We're hoping for the best.
That's right.
We can only hope.
Hey, what if I say I have Joe? Yes, sir.
Oh, but they are low
Adam,
hanging
don't talk.
fruits,
Don't.
so-
Oda Usman can
They are low
say.
hanging fruits.
Yeah.
And
Orange.
What best say no? Why do you still want to talk? Don't talk, Kwame.
But as
The city they tough. No. Even
they
they
should,
say,
they should,
Anyway,
they
you
should
try back,
appoint,
okay, you
they
try
should
back.
appoint the creative arts executive secretary as soon as possible.
but minister first.
And on my name check. What I mean is, my name check.
like we are eager.
Because you see how the tourism GTA is doing well. If we had the agency, functioning well, and
Hey, what's this I'm seeing on social media? People saying they should maintain Kwesi Ajuma. I don't know if you've seen it.
Austin made that
Austin
suggestion.
started it. But I agree. I think
But politically,
we bet you are here, Ajuma now. Is it political?
politically, is it feasible? Is it possible? Is it no? Politically, is it possible?
The Honorable, His
if
Excellency
they are changing, I think it will be bad.
Alban Bagman became Speaker even when the MPP took over.
This
But
was
we all knew where he
it was
was.
not political appointment.
That is, that's not
Parliament
political.
voted for.
No, it's not just about political
The
appointments.
government,
The dynamics is
the
different
government
in
brought
Parliament.
Michael Quay,
Yeah.
and the NDC brought him. He wasn't brought by the NPP.
But still, we all knew where
And
he
the
belonged.
NPP ni been a two-man mom.
But do you think Akwesi Ajima will feel
But Akwesi
comfortable
might still oppose.
working
He's
in
still
an,
oppose.
an
I don't
environment
think so.
where
Some are resigning. I don't
Because I
know
saw a
whether he's
statement that
resigning.
said CEOs,
Andy.
boards.
Andy?
No, those are boards.
Are you
Ah,
sure he
those
will
are
feel
boards.
comfortable working with a party he doesn't belong to? Are you sure he will feel very
CEOs.
Oh, why
comfortable?
would he feel comfortable? Is he working for the party or is he working for the country?
Yeah.
But the party brought him.
And if they are changing,
The party brought him.
Do you know how comfortable I feel when
He's working for the government, and that government is no more in power. That's it.
Yeah.
if a new one is coming, Abeku Santana will not be a bad GTA boss. I mean, he has a lot of experience.
Okay,
in
that
area.
also won't be
I
bad.
mean, when it comes to tourism,
I think
destination
Abegu Santana
marketing.
also. Yeah. Great suggestion.
And Gideon Ayikwe has been there before. Yeah.
So you want the two of them?
Oh, no.
That would be bad. But GTDC is also there.
Yeah.
Yeah, GTD.
GTDC is also there.
And it still will not be a bad.
Except for.
And now you
But that's all.
drop him.
Listen, thank you very
Andy,
much.
don't rubbish it. It is possible.
IT appoint here.
It is possible. Don't rubbish it. It is possible. Don't rubbish it.
Listeners, thank you very much for listening to the show. Thank you so much. Much more respect to you. Thanks so much to Betway. Betway says they have 1 million Ghana cedis waiting for you. Log on to www.betway.com.gh and you can win that 1 million Ghana cedi jackpot. Thanks so much to Dewa, MTN,